His unusual appearance. What? I realized I was staring and quickly looked away. The guy introduced himself as Kit and offered to give me a ride to the veterinary clinic. Wow, your car probably cost a fortune. Aren't you afraid of getting the seats wet? It's just a car. Kit dropped me off at a vet clinic and drove away. After the puppy was examined and vaccinated, I brought him home. What's that? I named him Dobby, and he's going to live with us now. Then give him a sock and take him back where you found him. Have you any idea how expensive pets are? I'll look after him myself. The next day was the last school day before the summer holidays. When I arrived at school, I was called to the principal's office. We've decided to reward our best students. You have the best grades in all subjects. We paid for a week's stay at City Paradise for you. My jaw literally dropped. City Paradise was the most expensive youth center in our city. I was glad I would be able to go there, but at the same time, I was terribly nervous. Only rich people stay there. I had some savings from my gigs that I have been planning to spend on something special. It looks like the time has come. I bought some secondhand clothes and a one-piece swimsuit. You should have asked them for money instead of a trip to that paradise of yours. Animals were allowed at City Paradise, and I brought Dobby with me. Hey, wait! I got him! Thank you. I don't know what came over him. Oh, you're wearing clothes from the Rachel Pierce collection the year before the last? Nice. I didn't like her latest collections either. Seems like I bought something unique at the secondhand store. I'm Emma. Let's go to the beach together. What do you say? Sure, but I need to check in first. Yay! Now this is luxury. What do you think, Dobby? That rich girl thinks I'm loaded like her. Let's keep it that way. I've always wanted to hang out with successful people. It was my chance to build useful connections. When I came to the beach, I was in for a surprise. Kit, you know my brother? Yeah, the last time I saw her, she jumped into the sea to save a drowning puppy. Oh, so that's why he's non-pedigree. I was wondering about that. Those rich kids believed I was one of them. We got along like a house on fire and spent the rest of the day together. The next evening, there was a party on the beach. Didn't you wear this yesterday? You see, I lost a bet, and now I have to wear the same outfit as punishment. I finally felt like I was one of the rich kids. A couple of days later, I went for a walk and saw Kit. What have you got there? I like designing buildings, and I recently got the chance to take part in the development of a new facility. Sorry, I know girls like you aren't interested in stuff like this. It's not true. I like listening to you. Kit and I grew closer. I really enjoyed spending time with him. How do you put up with my brother? He's so freaking boring. I like it that he loves what he's doing. One evening, Kit invited me for a walk on the beach. I'm sorry if it's none of my business, but how did you get the scars on my face? Don't apologize. They don't bother me anymore. When I was a kid, our neighbor's dog attacked me, and you helped me save Dobby after that? Well, just because I was attacked doesn't mean I hate all dogs now. When I was a kid, I felt self-conscious about my scars, but I was never bullied because no one wanted to anger my parents. Lucky you. Kids used to call me a witch because of my huge birthmark. You look more like a fairy to me. Shortly after I got home, Emma called me and invited me to her birthday party. It's going to be the party of the year. Sounds great, but I'm sick. I really wanted to come, but couldn't afford to buy Emma an expensive present. No one is going to believe the story about a lost bet anymore. The next day, Dobby and I came to the city. As I rode past the Golden Rose, I saw the assistant reprimanding a new employee. How could you mess up this badly? It was a simple composition. Maybe you shouldn't have hired a florist based on their appearance. Making a beautiful bouquet isn't that easy. It is for me. The assistant suggested I give it a try. She was sure I wouldn't be able to do it, but I didn't doubt that I could create a masterpiece. It's amazing. You're fired, and you can get to work. We just got a large order. As soon as I finished the last bouquet that day, Emma walked into the shop. What are you doing here? I'm picking up flowers for my party. Do you work here? I realized I couldn't deny that and said the first thing that came to mind. I'm related to the owner of the Golden Rose. The florist got sick and I came to cover for them. To be honest, I'm still sick too. Wow, you know Mrs. Palmer? Could you give me a discount then? Sure, next time. After Emma finally left, I breathed a sigh of relief. The next day, she invited me to a cafe. It's my treat. What took you so long? I want to talk to the manager. You should be fined for such service. What got into you? She's just a waitress. Look at her ugly manicure. What's the matter? Everything's okay. Sorry to bother you. Soon, Kit called me and invited me on a boat ride. Look! Are those dolphins? Now you look like a mermaid. Kit suddenly leaned in and kissed me on the cheek. It was the most romantic moment of my life. When I went to bed that night, I realized I couldn't keep lying to him. I don't want to pretend I'm someone else anymore. The next day, I decided to tell him the truth, but Kit invited me to his house. I should wait for the right moment. We were sitting in his room when Emma suddenly peeked in and asked us to come down to the living room. Our parents are friends with Mrs. Palmer, and she just dropped by. What a coincidence, right? My heart sank when I saw the owner of the Golden Rose. Dang it, why did I say we were related? But everything went better than I expected. We barely had to say anything, and Kit soon led me outside. I need to tell you something. Maria, why didn't you talk to Mrs. Palmer? Let me guess. Was it because you aren't actually related? I've suspected for a while now that you're poor. What are you talking about? Your girlfriend is a liar. I know girls like her. She was only with you for the money. Think about it. Why would anyone like someone as boring and ugly as you? That's nonsense! Kit just stared at me, and I wanted to sink through the floor. I closed my eyes, and after a few moments, I felt him take my hand. A girl who risked her life to save a puppy can't be that calculating. Are you crazy? Leave Maria alone. I couldn't believe Kit took my side. He drove me home, and we agreed to meet the next day. Who was that guy? His car looked so expensive. Are you dating? His name is Kit, and no, we are not. You shouldn't miss your chance. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I tried to ignore her, but she kept pestering me the whole week. She even came up with date ideas. I'm going to buy you new jeans, ones that would flatter your body. That was so unlike her that I was taken aback. The best thing my mom ever gave me was a moth-eaten sweater. I wore those jeans to work at the flower shop, but when I was about to change into the uniform, the assistant came up to me. What have you got there? When I looked in the mirror, I noticed something in my back pocket. I wouldn't be surprised if Mom put a tracker on me, but it turned out to be a pheromone perfume sample. Jeez. Kit visited me in the afternoon. We were chatting when he suddenly suggested something I wasn't expecting. Would you introduce me to your mom? I don't think that's a good idea. As soon as I got home, I confronted my mother. Stay out of my life! I'm so ashamed of you, I don't even want to introduce the guy I like to you. Baby, I once fell in love with a rich man too, but he dumped and left me. That's why I want your life to be perfect, unlike mine. I got mad and decided to say whatever would make her leave me alone. You're right. I'm only dating him because he's rich, and I'll do everything to have a lot of money too. Are you happy now? I suddenly heard something behind me. I turned around and saw Kit. I guess meeting your mom wasn't a good idea after all. Wait! I've heard enough. Emma was right. I tried to call him later, but he didn't answer. The next morning, I came to work feeling defeated. You need to dye those roses. Put them in colored water. I was so worried about everything that had happened that I couldn't concentrate. At some point, I dropped the dye and it stained my uniform. Dang it! I went to the staff room to wash it. The owner of the Golden Rose suddenly walked into the room. Mrs. Palmer? She was looking at me weird, and then I realized she could see my ugly birthmark. Sorry. I quickly got dressed and left. Kit did not answer my calls that evening either. I decided to text him and ended up saying I'd fallen for him. If he doesn't answer, then we aren't meant to be. When I arrived at the Golden Rose the next morning, the assistant seemed agitated. I don't know what you did, but Mrs. Palmer wants to talk to you. I was worried I would be fined for ruining my uniform. Tell me about your parents. That was the last thing I expected, but I still told her about my mother. What about your father? I never met him. My parents broke up before I was born. Take a look at this photo. We have the same birthmark. This is my son and your father. Everyone in our family has a birthmark like that, including me. It resembles a rose. That's how my chain store got its name. Imagine my shock when I saw you yesterday. I used my connections to find out the truth. Your mom tricked my son and tried to use him. He broke up with her and died soon after that, but he didn't know she was pregnant. I was so shocked I didn't know what to say. I don't think your mother knew who his parents were, or she would have tried to demand money from me. So I wasn't lying when I said that Mrs. Palmer and I were related. She was my grandmother. Mrs. Palmer and I left the shop and spent the whole day together. When I got home, I told my mom about everything. I thought she'd start talking about money again, but to my surprise, she burst into tears. You probably want to leave me and live with your rich grandmother now. It's not because she's rich. It's because you never understood me. I'm sorry, Maria. I never told you this, but I had a hard time growing up. My family didn't even have enough money to buy food sometimes. Dad kept gambling and losing money. Ever since then, I've been obsessed with saving up money. Even when I grew up, the fear never left me. Why didn't you mention this before? I was embarrassed. Soon after that, my relationship with Mom got better, but I still moved into a small house that Mrs. Palmer rented for me. She wanted to make me a shop manager, but I refused. I want to achieve everything by myself. Well, I respect that. One day, someone ordered a huge bouquet of flowers at the Golden Rose. I spent a whole day working on it. The customer is here for the flowers. Here you go. Oh, this bouquet is for you. Mrs. Palmer visited us and told us about you. I know that you refused to become the shop manager. You're not interested in money. I'm sorry I didn't give you a chance to explain. I looked into Kit's smiling eyes and felt roses bloom in my soul. We became an item. Kit is studying design at a uni. With my grades, it wasn't hard to get into a university. I also eventually became the manager at the Golden Rose. My mom and I still see each other, and I send her money. Emma wants to be friends again. She seems to have matured and really changed. Do you think I should give her another chance?